Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of the Outer Worlds. We are currently going through killing marauders and, well, collecting their fingers. So we've got 3 left to do after having successfully collected the first one. Sorry, we've got 2 left to do and then we need to turn them in. So we have 2 waypoints. We've got one over there for... we have one over there for Guillaume, and one over this way for Doc Mabel. I think Doc Mabel is going to be our next one to go to. And the thing that we've learned is we need to be very careful with regards to how dangerous everything is in like the surrounding areas. We could use some pistol ammo and try and take down some of these things.
Get ready.
Oh no, they've definitely seen us. So this is a good test to see if the pistol shotgun is a good option for most of the wildlife, and it seems to do all right actually. Oh my god, that thing had a lot on it, didn't it? Let's get this reloaded. Right, so we want to be using this as frequently as we reasonably can. Oh, looks like they killed a burb in addition, and it looks like everyone is dead here, so I will just take it upon myself to avail the camp of anything useful. Looks like there may be a little bit more over here. Pneumatic piston. So this is definitely some kind of power plant area with combat drones and everything. Okay, well we'll kind of keep clear of that. Let's pull up the map and have a look. It looks like the dock may be just slightly over this ridge line. I don't know if we're going to be able to get a good angle up there. I'd love to like snipe down in if possible, so maybe we'll be able to get up here. Perhaps if we come a bit further across and there's no weird drift slidey moments. Well, this is kind of getting us higher, but climbing in this game is not a great thing, and I do worry that we're going to end up getting stuck somewhere. Well, we're getting higher. Ow. The pain is real. Okay. So getting up there is not really going to work. Let's have a look with the sniper and see what we've got. So it's definitely some kind of cave system. It doesn't look like there's an easy and nice way. So perhaps we are just going to end up kind of coming down into the valley. It's always a possibility. Yeah, that's definitely not going to work. But perhaps climbing the waterfall might. Feels a little bit too drifty. Perhaps over into the corner. Yeah, I don't want to have that weird drift where we end up dying because we go over waterfall. Can we come up here? Oh, this feels a bit more positive. Okay, there we go. So we have a specific marauder lookout who we probably want to snipe off. Hang on a moment. A leather boa. Look how fat that hide is. 2 shots just to be safe. Obviously we didn't need it, but I wonder if we could have just come round through that other little village area and come in that way. I suspect we probably could have. Alright, so my thoughts. That lookout, there is a strong chance we'll be able to take him out at reasonably close range if we sneak up and shoot him in the face before he has a chance to realise what's going on. And there is a strong chance we'll be able to do that. Okay, didn't quite go according to plan. Made a bit of noise as we landed, but definitely got him. So what have we got nearby? Got more ammo. And other bits. Alright, this gun has been fine, but it is not going to last us inside. You're facing away, so we might be able to sneak in. But it's the dock I'm worried about. Just inside the area. So let's be sensible.
Let's go! Nice one!
And use the assault
Everyone
rifle.
all right?
There's Doc Baybell's finger. Lovely. Right, we'll grab the rest of the loot from everyone else. Given how our previous or recent combats have gone, I felt like that went pretty well. We did use a little bit of ammo, but not too much. It's heavy ammo though, which is obviously rarer than the light ammo we've been using up to now. Oh my god, that guy did not have a good day. Okay, 2 fingers down. We want to make sure we loot everything in here. I think we might have gotten everything. Ah, no, there's another little chest at the back. So we'll pick that all up. Good times. Okay, well, with that all in our inventory, let's focus on the next person. 400, nearly 500 meters away, just off to the side. It's actually going to be a good opportunity for us to head up and check the little buildings up here, because we've not been past these yet. North west-ish of the community centre, there's another boa. $50 XP is $50 XP, and for one light bullet, I am not going to complain. So what's going on with these? Do we have Any hostiles? Thomas Kemp. Thomas Kemp doesn't sound like a hostile name. It's not like... What? Are these mines? Hold up. If I come in carefully, am I going to get zapped? Not if I come in carefully. Okay, we can take the mines out. That's good to know. Botanical lab. Alright, well, I feel like we should take more of the mines out just to be safe. I don't know if it's possible to disarm them, but in a way, this is kind of disarming. Okay. I feel safer. Deserter, deserter. Oh, these might be the deserters. But it's not specifically at the power station. So these may just be other deserters.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery. Yeah, huh?
Do you have anything to say? No, we'll talk later. Okay. Well, I guess we could talk to Thomas.
Oh, hey there, friend.
Well, there's a workbench, so you know I'm gonna use this rather than talking to you. So, what are we gonna do? We're gonna have a look at the breakdown. Well, there's nothing really that we want to break down on here. In terms of repairing, I feel like we should repair our shotgun a little bit because it's down to 50%. It's only lost 2 damage though, so it's not too bad. And that would take 10 weapon parts. So let's hold off. We've got nothing we can really do on tinkering. And these are all modded except the plasma cutter. Although I did say we picked up a grip. There we go. Well, let's install it. It's better than nothing. That's going to increase our damage per second and our swing rate. Cool. There's nothing else that we can really do on... Oh, actually, we do have... Ooh, right, it's already plasma damage, but we could increase the power attack damage. We're not really a melee person, but that still feels good. Okay, Thomas, what's going on?
Wow, a new face. Oh, we're getting popular. I'm Thomas.
I'm not
Whoa.
Space's choice.
Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you? Hi.
Oh,
Hi.
he's so cute.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no. I'm just along with this lady here.
Yep, just out
Are you
for the
from
day.
town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town.
Especially not with my Raider armor. I'll take that as a compliment.
Well, what I meant was you're reasonably well armed and don't look stricken with plague.
Which is also a compliment.
Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair.
You need to rise and fall on your own merits, but I could give you a couple of pointers because it would get me some XP.
I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering?
Actually, we've
Comes in
got
a set of 3.
one of those volumes.
If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
Well, it just so happens I've got one of those data pads. Well, hang on. You mentioned 2 pads. What about the third?
I wish I knew. I wagered the town had the full set once upon a time. Where the third's gone, I can't say.
Well, today's your lucky day.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
Part 1, actually. I found it in the community center.
Look at that. Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble.
Yeah, totally was a lot of
fact,
trouble.
I put aside something special, on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me.
300 bits. Well, I'll let you know if I find any
Sure.
others.
I'd be glad to take them off your hands.
Okay. I
What's
wanted
on
to
your
ask
mind?
you something. How long have you lived here?
Couple months. This camp's my home.
Okay, so you've
People
got
you see milling
fire
about,
and
they're
shelter
my family.
and food
At least I think of them that way.
and water.
I owe them my life. Would have died in the wilderness if they hadn't chanced upon me, starving and delirious.
Well, what were you doing out in the wilderness?
We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go. Mostly on account of my incompetence.
You're really selling yourself.
I mean, I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace found me, Adelaide took me in, I've been on my feet ever since.
You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery. Not like here. This place had a U-shaped hole, and now it doesn't.
You could stay, you know. Here. I'd be happy to... we could really use... Oh, this isn't coming out right. If you want, Adelaide would make a place for you.
Yeah, Adelaide would make a place for you. Right, I need to go. We don't need to talk with Thomas anymore, but we do have a nice little side quest from him. So I'm a bit curious as to what kind of stuff is in the botanical lab. I mean, obviously plants. What's that? That is lootable. You know what? Let's not steal from the deserters right this second.
Oh gosh, it's so pretty.
Ooh, a pretty necklace. Well, Adelaide is looking the wrong way. I will totally yoink that. Another door to the outside. Got some Adreno. A few bit cultures. I think I can hear chickens. The mag pick is the most interesting thing. Didn't see it. Didn't happen. I'm just gonna like completely ruin their whole climate control thing by opening everything to the outside. Ooh, heavy ammo. Wrong button. I will do that a lot. Luckily, we have plenty of meds. So we don't really need to worry about losing the occasional bit. Energy cells. I'll have them. That machine is off. Another door to the outside. This is now like the kitchen's area. Well, if there's no one here to watch us grabbing stuff, then who's to say we really stole it? I wonder if there's like any stats for how much stuff you've stolen throughout the game. Like a morality thing. Yep, we're still not visible. More heavy ammo. That works in our main gun. Okay. Terminal. Emerald Vale Botanical Lab and Experimental Facility. Let's have a look at the personnel files. Password required. Well, we might be able to bypass it. Silent Spring. Welcome, Adelaide McDivitt. Open the first entry. Personal files. First entry. May the Eternal bless my first endeavour. It's been 2 days since I walked away from life at the Edgewater Cannery. Fortuitously, the old botanical labs are still operational. Mostly the soil's sour. I'll do what I can, but I'm going to need some powerful fertiliser. Tired of having the taste of salt tuna lingering on my tongue day in, day out. I want something fresh. Something that grows out the earth. And the last entry. We found another worker from Edgewater. Ex-worker now. Desertion rates must be climbing. I'm not terribly surprised. Reed's style of management has always been tyrannical. I imagine an exodus is brewing. At any rate, the worker was in a sorry state. Fever, shallow breathing, delirious. Must have been plagued. I set him right with a diet of greens. He was all better in a couple of weeks, physically. Spiritually, he's one of our flock now. Okay, what about the experimental notes? I am hereby repurposing this botanical lab from its original conception as a gear in the soulless automaton of the corporate machine. This greenhouse may look impressive, but like all Spacer's Choice products, it's cheap and unreliable. I shall have to make some repairs with my own 2 hands. This place should become a nursery. Before it was abandoned, I understand the horticulturists failed to produce a single viable crop. Something about the soil being too poor. I'm determined to find a way. May the Eternal smile upon my endeavours. And then the last entry. Flora are living things, as sensitive to their environment as any breathing, thinking body. I contend that the crops in this region failed because the corporate scientists tending to them are cold, heartless, inhumane people acting on behalf of a sterile and inhumane power. One cannot expect your crops to flush with green and reach for the sky under these conditions. The soil is sour, it's true. I don't quite know how to explain that. I'm sure the scientists will say something about biology or the carbon cycle, but I can conclude after months of my own experimentation that the secret to a rich and wholesome garden is love, attention, compassion, and a natural fertilizer bursting with organic materials, just as nature intended. Cool, so we have people making things work with a bit of elbow grease and a lot of fertilizer. Let's have a chat with Adelaide.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
You must be Adelaide.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Is that your preferred
Excuse me,
name?
Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often.
Oh, I bet he
Are you
does.
staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Amazing. Okay, well, we'll not talk about Reed just yet. But it looks like you made a home for yourself out here.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
I mean, I'm starting to lean towards Reed at the moment because of all this fluff. Why did you leave your old home?
It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed.
Mm-hmm.
The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
Not particularly forthcoming. Reed sent me to make peace with you.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Well, Something about coming back to town or losing power. I really wasn't listening. Reed asked you to consider coming back to town. He's willing to make amends.
Make amends? Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Yeah. Reed asked me to divert your power to him. He mentioned a geothermal plant.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Because I need the power. Your camp has a power regulator. I need it to repair my ship.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be.
Understandable you'd say that.
If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
Alright, you're winning me over a little. A hero to you, maybe.
A hero to the people who matter. To us. To the ones who come around. To the ones you save.
And what about the ones I
Reed will never
condemn?
understand. He has been too long inebriated on the wine of corporate culture. All he sees is productivity, output, profits.
Well, let's say I help you. What happens to Edgewater?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
Yeah, people will die, though. But do you think Reed's just trying to spite you?
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
Okay. Well, I'll consider it.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
It is definitely going to be a tough choice, but we have a level up, so that's the more important focus right now. With our retrofitted power armor, we do have a penalty to sneak at the moment, and we've also got a penalty to hack. So I feel like having that at least compensated for makes a lot of sense. We could, after that, start pushing up our defense, or maybe even heavy weapons a little bit. Increase our critical damage with heavy weapons. Yeah. Let's do that. So we're really pushing into the whole ranged stuff. Apply that. And then over on the perks, we need at least 3 more before we can move up to tier 2. I like the idea of reduced durability loss. It means we spend less time repairing things. Base armor rating also very, very handy. Yeah, let's go for base armor rating for right now. At the moment, it's going to make a much larger difference than it will make later. Is the short of it, but anything that reduces the amount of damage we take is going to be beneficial. Okay, so we've had a look at this building. Looks like we've got this other one that we need to check out, and these ones over at the back. So let's kind of move back towards the center area where Thomas was. Oh yeah, this is like a power generator area. I will take some energy cells. Thank you very much. Power regulator is well and truly integrated. Not going to be getting that out without electrocuting ourselves. This, on the other hand, we can just
Great work.
crack open. Yeah, great work stealing from the locals. I'm sure you sit on the right side of morality. Can't really get up there. Okay, next building. Yoink. Ooh. Missed. Bypass shunt. Yeah, I'll definitely take that. So our hack skill is slightly worse than our lockpick skill. There's something behind there. That's a mag pick. You really have to look behind all the nooks and crannies if you want to get everything. And we're just supposed to be passing through here. We're not supposed to be actually stopping. Bit of extra ammo. Definitely like that. Is that bananas? And another mag pick in the sink. This kind of comes around the back. Oh, there's a little something squirreled away over here as well. Okay, for right now, let's have a look at the houses up this side. Seeing as there's no one here, I do like that combined bunk. That feels very nicely put together. Can't do anything with this. Take the ammo. Might be able to make it onto the roof of that building. Let's try it. Just about. Hurt a leg a little bit, but I think we can make that. There we go. Now, are we going to be rewarded for getting up here? A little bit.
I wish I could do that.
Well, a little bit of believing in yourself and practical application of learning, and I'm sure you'd be able to. Don't think there's any... Oh, maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't think that's going to go anywhere. So that is this building's roof done and dusted. I think we can get further across. This one we were already on the roof of. This building we can't get in. I don't think there's going to be anything around the back, but we'll have a little quick look, just in case that just goes straight into the rock. Okay, back over to the roof. Well, we can break in over here. Why not? Impact hammer. We're going to be carrying a hell of a lot of stuff. Whoa, look at all this. Some kind of upper floor storage. Really inconvenient to get to because you have to come out of whatever building it is all the way around the back this way. And even then, there's not a good way up to it. Can we get in on the ground floor? Yes, we can. Okay, well, we'll close that off just while we're looting. close the door behind you just to make sure no one sees me thieving. Okay, I think that's everything here. There might be another mag pick under there. Oh. And what's in this storage room?
Nicely done.
Plenty. That's what. More heavy ammo. I am always happy to trade a mag pick for some heavy ammo. We've got so much light ammo right now. Feels like there's not going to be a reason for us to do any more melee attacks. Okay, good. Good looting. Next building. A few more little bits and bobs. How are we doing in terms of inventory? We're still not quite over full. We are getting there, though. This place doesn't have a vending machine that I've found yet. So you can't talk to the chicken. Even though it says talk, you can't talk to the chicken. Can I sell stuff to you?
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout too. Something I can help you with?
What are you selling?
Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
Mmm, delicious. Right, well, let's sell all the junk. Although we don't really have a lot of junk. I think what I'll do is I'll pop into the inventory and we'll mark stuff as junk. That's what we'll do. So, stun baton. It does make sense for us to have a one-handed stun thing. Bolt pistol is a really good pristine version. Takes energy. And the hunting rifle we said we were going to hold on to. So, plasma rifle, let's sell this one. Trip blade, that can go. Assault rifle, that can go. Lad on a stick. So sharp that it's cut some letters out of its own name. That can go. This hunting rifle, same as the other one. Sentry saber. Assault rifle, hunting rifle, plasma cutter. My current one is better. Basic revolver, impact hammer can go, and bolt pistol. Over on the armor, rebuilt mining gear, that can just go. I don't think we really need one-handed melee. Tech skills +5, that's the same as what we've already got. Lockpick +5 could be useful. We'll hold on to that. All of these can go pretty much. And then onto the mods. So we've got armor mods. What's this one? Increases sprint speed. Interesting. Mr. Ouch. We can sell a few of these. Walk speed we're not going to care about. Same with actual sprint speed, that can go. Ooh. muzzler could be interesting. We'll keep one. We'll keep 2 criticals. Armor mod for ranged weapons skills, that's interesting. Reducing armor degradation as well. Ranged weapons spread, probably don't care enough about. Let's get rid of both of those. And that's just plain armor rating. Okay, I think that's all the bits and bobs.
Something I can help you with?
Yeah, let's trade.
Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
That's freed up like half of our weight. Pretty significant.
Something I can help
I
you
should
with?
probably check if he's got anything
Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
that we want to buy. I don't think he will have, but... Heavy ammo. That's expensive, though. Restricted stock. Interesting. So I think we'd need to be a better friend to them in order to do that. Okay, well that's definitely good to know. Well, seeing as I've just sold him a bunch of stuff, let's restock with whatever he has lying around. Okay, all restocked. I see you hiding over the back. And next building. Ooh, what's this? Zoe's journal. So that's it then. No more Edgewater for me. No more cannery. No more jumpsuits and gloves. Yes, ma'ams, and would you like another's? I don't know why I'm writing this down, for posterity's sake. Because I've always hated the cannery, and I don't think I ever have to look back at this journal many years hence and tell myself, oh wow, I did hate the Vale once, didn't I? Just because I got sick. Everybody gets sick. Well, okay, I got sick and I grabbed a little too much adrenatime. Is that really a crime? I gotta treat myself when I'm sick, don't I? Whatever happened to personal responsibility and surviving by one's own bootstraps? Oh, but you misappropriate 1 box of adrenatime and suddenly you're committing larceny. Yeah. I started off sympathetic and it quickly went to non-sympathetic. And it looks like this place doesn't actually have anything for... I can steal the poster. I didn't know you could steal posters. Okay, page 22. Well, today's the day, Zoe. Today is the day you take destiny into your own hands. I've been listening to Grace talk about the Marauder threat. Band of wild, free-spirit bandits living in camps out in the hills, warming themselves by the light of barrel fires. Probably mounted the heads of their enemies on spikes as a warning to folk like me. Living a life of comfort and ease, free of any rules, I bet they could take the whole region if they were organised. I've been tucking away some of Adelaide's food. I've got some spare cans of salt tuna. Should last me a couple of weeks for a ration. Got some adrenatime too. Everybody loves adrenatime, even Marauders, right? I got odds those Marauders will let me throw in with them if I dangle a couple of syringes of adrenatime before their eyes. This is going to be great. Look out, Terra 2. Bandit Queen Zoe's origin story has just begun. I'm going to have a whole gang of Marauders at my beck and call. Maybe I can even score some Rizzos. Wow. And more journal stuff on the floor. So, Zoe, not a good person. I wonder if they would have just killed her outright, or if she would have been able to survive that. Either way, I think we've pretty much gone through the Botanical Lab and its surrounding area. That's probably going to be a good point to finish this episode.
I told Thomas to holler if he saw anyone sneaking in around the back.
Well, It wasn't exactly sneaking. I shot the mines. There was very loud explosions. There was no sneaking involved at all. Okay, so we'll finish up there, and we'll start off next time having a little chat with Grace. Thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you have enjoyed this. As always, if you have, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of The Outer Worlds. See you soon.